Hello and welcome to Army's training update. So this clip was right after we had that experience outside the pet store where he reacted pretty badly to another dog while he was in a down. So since then I've really been working on addressing the dog neutrality and engagement. So I don't have any video of it, but we started with that exercise I was telling you about where Ashley had a dog out and I would disappear behind him when he fixated and then recall him back to recreate that "where's my handler" response. So right here there are some dogs in the yard. I believe there's 3. And I'm just really working the threshold and doing the same thing where I'm disappearing behind him. Sometimes he will turn around and come with me before I call him, which is awesome. That's ideal. That's exactly what we're looking for.
Army, here. Army, here. Army, here. Army, here. No, here. 3. Army, here. 3.
This is where I really began doing the only feeding when he's giving eye contact. So if we're healing and we're walking and he's doing good, like, I might tell him good, but I'm not going to feed him unless he looks at me. And at this point, since I'm just now changing up the rules on him, I'm using a clicker. So every time he looks at me, click, feed. We keep healing. Looks at me, click, feed. I did a lot of this. And then now, at this point, I have switched over to using good. This video was about a week ago. He likes to do this thing where he'll contact heal, so he likes to heal and stick to your side without actually looking at you or paying super close attention to what you're doing. So he'll like hard stare at a dog without breaking heel position. So this is why I decided to really encourage that eye contact. Because this way, when he's looking at a dog or something that he's super fixated on, he has to consciously make that decision to disengage from that dog. And him making that decision is going to do a lot more than us micromanaging him and making him make those decisions. So sometimes I'll offer like some verbal encouragement, make some little sounds, talk to him a little bit, just to help him when he's really struggling so that we can prevent any boiling over. Because I'm using this in lots of different situations. So we're doing it here in front of the fence. I'm doing it in the garage. He struggles a lot with the garage because we have some pretty noisy dogs right now. But it's good for him to work through it. This was a session we did at Tractor Supply.
Good.
This was more towards the end of the week after we've been really drilling the eye contact.
Yeah.
He did struggle here quite a bit. I was actually pretty surprised. He was distracted by a lot of things, but he did his best. I'm definitely going to take him to Tractor Supply more. I believe there was only one dog in here that was there for like a little bit. We briefly saw it and then it left.
Army.
Anytime he's like hard staring on something and not offering me eye contact as consistently as I would like, I'm making a turn or creating distance, anything to get him more focused on me without telling him.
Heel. Good. Heel. No. Heel. Good. Yeah. Heel. Heel. No. Heel.
This is when I decided to try out some two-dog place. You can see at first he was super interested, but he wasn't reacting. He wasn't barking. It was nothing excessive. And then eventually he just chilled. He actually did it pretty quickly. And that's why I definitely think his issues with other dogs is just an over-arousal thing. I think he hears barking, movement, things like that, and he gets stimulated. Or because he's played with other dogs before, he just sees them and he's like, oh my god, it's a dog, and he gets so excited he just kind of like boils over. So that's why I'm really putting that focus on me.
Heel.
Because I don't think he's not fearful, he's not outwardly dog aggressive. So here we were at Dunham's and Ashley was working her client dog, so this was a pretty big distraction for him, but I was actually very impressed. I definitely think a lot of what we've been doing this week was paying off. He was doing really good with this.
Heel.
Good.
Heel. No. Heel.
You can see the dog at the very top, way in the back. We were just kind of moving around doing healing. She was working on some recalls. I was working on his engagement.
Sit. Heel. Heel. God. No. Heel. Good. Down. No. Down. It's not that way.
His long down is definitely good in
Down.
situations where there aren't dogs. He settles well. But around dogs is when it gets tricky. That was the first time I really saw him have a bad reaction to a dog in public.
Down.
And that was the situation at the pet store. And the reason the down can be more likely to trigger something like that is because the dog is stuck in a stationary position. So if they have too many feelings and they're stuck in that stationary position, they're going to start to freak out a little bit, which can cause a reaction. Versus if there's another dog and we're healing, he has me to focus on. He can keep moving. He can not feel stuck. So that's why I didn't have him do like a super full long down where I was like waiting for him to settle and all that. I was more so just rewarding him for staying there and engaging with me instead of the dog.
Good. Down. Good. Down. Good. Down. Good. Good.
Manager to the front.
Origin? Yeah. It's like kind of wet-ish. Yeah. Yeah, his are like kind of moist. You'll know.
Well, most of the ones I'm picking up are the ones he spat out. So.
Oh, that is true. He's died.
Down.
My dog's died.
Aw.
I know, is it hard work?
Dude, I can't believe fucking Bordeaux took me down to the parking lot.
Is that what happened?
Did you see me?
No.
Oh yeah. So he reacted to him, but then immediately backed up, and I was doing something in the trunk, and so he backed up to the back of my knees, and then I went down, and then he started rolling over backwards.
Army.
Yeah, and so I fell down with him, and then
I had no idea any of that happened.
Really?
I didn't even know he came out, I don't think.
Yeah, he came out, but I put it right back in because I was like,
I was micromanaging him, so I didn't notice.
yeah.
Good.
That's when I dropped my camera.
Oh.
Yeah, that's that scratched all the lens. Looks like we got that fixed. It's made for people doing
Manager to the front. Manager to the front.
Good. Down. It's really nice getting to have a dog for this long because usually they all get to the same point in their 3-week obedience and then they go home. It's nice to have one longer.
You kind of learn to chill. Okay.
He used to chill.
Yeah.
He will if there isn't a dog. Oh. Down.
No. Down.
No. Down.
Down.
Free.
Nice video.
Heel. Oh, me? You want him back? Good. 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 Heel. Good. Good. Sit. Heel. This was a very good session for him. I'll definitely be doing more of this. Good. Heel. Yeah. Good job. Oh my. Oh, good job. Oh, good job. Yeah. That was a very good choice. Very good choice. I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you. So a lot of what we're doing when we're working with reactivity is really playing with thresholds. So you'll see I'm making a whole bunch of passes and going around a whole bunch of different areas. So I'll get closer to the dog. As he starts to build a little bit, I'll reward him for eye contact, and then I relieve the pressure by moving away from the dog. So we have to think about the other dog as a form of pressure. So we can get close to it, we can dabble on the line, but in order to really help him be successful,
Good.
after he makes a good decision, we're going to relieve some pressure and we're going to move away and we're going to do something easier. Just some regular healing around
Good.
like the shoe aisle, just so that he can regulate himself and get his mind chilled back down a little bit, because the pressure will stack. If we stay around the other dog the whole session and we stay there, he's going to feel overwhelmed and he might go over threshold. So this is where reading your dog is super important.
Good. Heel. Good. Heel. Heel. Good. Heel.